Hello everybody. Today we are going to be doing a Great Plateau speedrun tutorial. Now, this is all just the stuff I do, right? So it's kind of a mix of different tutorials that you may have seen on the internet. But if you're a little bit rusty, then this is definitely the tutorial for you. Okay, so as soon as you skip the cutscene, if you have live split, you're gonna want to make sure that as soon as you skip the cutscene, you split, and it's at minus 1.2 seconds. But it doesn't really end up mattering too much. It's only like a difference of maybe like a second max, you know, if you don't do that. So it's not too bad. Now, just whenever the text box appears, just, click B and mash through. Now, in a regular speedrun, you're going to want to be, playing in French, but I am just playing in English for satisfaction. Okay, now, right here, as soon as the cutscene ends, you're going to want to scope, you're going to want to click Y, and you're going to want to click B to dash. Now, make sure you click Y before you click B, okay? It loses more time than it saves if you get it wrong. Okay, so, now, your position is more precise than the camera angle. So, you're going to want to be aiming, a little bit over that plus right there. And your camera, you're going to want the bottom line to be right underneath that plus right there. And then you just mash the scope button, and boom, I'm out. Now, as soon as you're out, you're going to want to run straight, and you're going to want to whistle sprint up here, okay? Up here. So, once you run straight and whistle sprint, grab the wall, climb 1, 2, and then just start whistle sprinting again. Until you're at full stamina. Then 1, 2, 3, whistle sprint, dash, and now you see this spot right next to Link's head? You're going to want to go right above that and then dash. And there you go. Now, this is the hardest part of the beginning sections, in my opinion. You're going to want to run straight towards the Temple of Time. Now, you're going to want to be whistle sprinting right here, okay? At the very least, right there, so that way you get all the bokoblins' attention. You're going to want to keep whistle sprinting and running regularly, right? And then you're going to want to grab the pot lid. You're going to want to turn like that, and then you're going to want to get the spear, okay? Now, if you're a beginner, right, you're going to want to grab some spicy peppers. Now, in the route that I do, right, I always grab at least 3 spicy peppers. But if you have to run back to grab them, just grab all 6, you know? Now, just run on down this, right? Whistle sprint, dash, run out of stamina, and jump. And as you can see, that was my skew from a previous run, and by shield jumping, I just got rid of it. So, that's basically what the point of that is, along with just getting that, like, extra distance. Now, you're going to want to just dash, you're going to want to just dash towards that, hole in the wall, right? Whistle sprint, you know? But right here, you're going to want to just regularly whistle to get his attention. Now, while you grab you're going to want to grab the wall. You're going to want to jump up once. You're going to want to hold ZL. You're going to want to press B and then A. And then boom. Now you should have skew. Now, hold on. I was too slow, so gotta get his attention again. Okay. Now, you're going to want to angle your camera so that left line is aimed like that. You're going to want a shield clip, and then boom. Now, that time, it was a smaller plus. It was like a little tiny plus, not like the regular plus, the big plus, that you would use while, like, doing scope clip. Okay. But, now you're going to want to run over, grab, and break, right? Now, this is the heart. Now, this is something that you need to know. You need to know how to do BLSS. Now, it's been a while, so there are a lot of BLSS tutorials, so I'm not going to cover that here. Okay, but there is one thing you should do. After you get the arrows, you should just do a neutral shield hop and unequip your shield, and that makes doing doing this and the clip into bombs easier. Now, I just run over here, and I step right here, and that is usually consistent, but if it messes up, I just go over here, and this is my backup. It's not really, if you want to go for the backup first, then that's fine. It doesn't really lose too much time, but, you know. Right, head over. Same with fall damage cancel. This has been out even longer. Okay, alright, I actually did it this time. Yippee! Okay, so what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to clip into bombs. Now, if you still have the skew from, the window, right, I do, so then that's fine. So what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to line yourself up like that. You're going to want to shield surf. And right, I almost made it there. Now, for your camera, you want it to be a little bit, like, past... You want your left camera line to be, past the blinking yellow dot. And then you just want to shield surf, unequip your shield, and then you're good. Why was I facing in that direction? Another thing to make sure is that you are standing in the center, okay? This is a problem that I get a lot of times. As you just saw, you need to be standing in the center while you do that. That's definitely my most ignored part of the setup, right? Then, once you clip out, you're just going to keep holding your shield, right, in that direction. You're going to want to stand in the center. You're going to want to basically just make sure you're aiming in the right spot, and just do a regular shield hop. Oops, well, I was too close. Make sure you're far away, too, so back up first. But you want to just do a regular shield hop, or else, it will be a lot harder. And if you're having trouble, try aiming straight on, like dead on from the center. And then if you're having trouble then, just kind of incrementally aim yourself, like, to the right. And there you go. See, sometimes it's a first try, sometimes it's a second try. It definitely does not take that long if you're not, like, currently explaining. However, what if you don't still have that skew? Well, then, this is what you're gonna do instead. Now, as you can see, I don't have skew. I lost it, okay? Maybe I messed up doing the attempt. Well, this is what you're going to want to do now. Okay, first of all, just a little tip. If you want to land on your shield for, like, a brief moment without taking very much durability, all you're going to want to do is just shield jump. And all you're going to want to do is just shield jump, and then right before landing, you're going to want to unequip and re-equip really fast. And as you can see, right, I landed normally, and now I don't have anything. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to aim right here at this bean shape. Now, you're going to want to make sure you aim for the center or the top, not the bottom, okay? Center and top, okay? And now, simply just aim like this, and boom. Now, I'm just gonna do that trick with the unequip and re-equip. And let's check if I have skew. I do not. So, let's go again. Right, unequip, re-equip really fast. Okay? And now, look at that, I have skew. So, now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to walk over to the same spot. Now, you're going to find a V. Okay? You're going to find a V right here. Now, it's a little bit hard to tell with the scope, but there's a line right there, or right there. And then there's another line like that. And that's what you're aiming for. Basically, at the very, like, at the vertex of that V, you know? Here, I think to make it easier, I'm just gonna do that zoom. Now, as you can see on the V, you're going to want to be aiming at the vertex of the V. So, that just means the point. Now, you're going to want to just make sure you're standing still, right? Just straight, dead on from there. You're going to want to shield surf, and boom, clipped. First try. Now, once you're done, you're going to want to hold your shield, okay? Now, this depends if you're facing dead on. If you're facing dead on, then you can just clip. Otherwise, you can actually do the same angle as before, just in case, you know? It's not, this one is definitely a lot less linear than the other one. But remember, if you're ever having problems, you can always just do this. Nope. You can always just do this. Doesn't seem like it does anything, right? But it actually does make it slightly easier, because it basically resets your ragdoll state. So, if your skew is not as, precise as it was before, then that will help. Now, what I'm about to do next is I'm going to skip the shrine cutscene, and once it fades to black, I'm going to shield and then let go of shield. And basically, what that does is it just means you're able to dash slightly faster. Now, if you mess it up, nothing's gonna happen. But if you get it right, you're gonna be able to dash a little bit sooner than before. So, let's go. See how fast I was able to dash? Okay. Now, there are two different things you can... Now, I'm going to go over both the wind bomb and the regular, route. And even now, for this shrine, the wind bomb is a lot faster. I would recommend learning this, because otherwise, you're gonna be losing a lot of time. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the wind bomb first, and then I'll go over the rest. So, first things first. You're just gonna want to get rid of your skew. Right? Okay, now while still standing there, you're going to want to just go over to the side, and then you're going to want to move back, while holding shield. Now, do you see how, one of Link's legs is up top, like, concerningly bent, and then the other one is, like, basically straight? That's what you want. Now, you're going to want to aim with your spear, or you're going to want to aim with your spear, okay? Now, you're going to look at the up and down crosshairs. You're going to move over, and you're going to want to line the bottom crosshair up with that line right there. And you're basically just going to want to keep your camera, like, centered, you know, kind of near the center of those two blocks, but it's not that precise. But the precise part is the lineup with the crack in between the two blocks. Now, once you do that, now, I might fail this because I'm trying to explain it at the same time, but, if you do this really fast, it should work. You're going to want to jump, bomb. You're going to want to wait until your stamina is, like, almost, quarter depleted. You're going to want to place your second bomb, and then you're going to want to detonate the first one. And you should land over here. Now, if you land here, or you land there, then you should be fine, if you do it with full health. If you do not have full health, right, such as if you have half a heart depleted, then, which is what you'll normally have, then you should be fine. But if you took, let's say, an extra heart of damage, you're gonna want to make sure you're at least 2 hearts, or else that will be harder, or else that will be a lot more precise. You'll need to land here, or else you will die. Now, if you land here, now, basically wherever you land, you can just run over here, right? you can throw a bomb, and this is actually a little bit more difficult than it looks. You can get all of the rocks cleared with one bomb, and what you want to do is you want to just throw it from about right here. It's not precise, just make sure you're, like, kind of close to the wall and straight. You're going to want to throw it, and at the peak, you're going to want to bomb it. And that way, you'll be able to get this cleared. Now, I was actually able to get this rock cleared, but if you didn't, you can easily just... It's not hard. Okay, now, there you go. That is the wind bomb method. But what about the regular method, right, of just running through the shrine? Well, I'm going to do that next. Okay, now let's say you're not good at wind bombs, right? Let's say you don't want to go for something risky if you don't know how to do it. Well, this is what you're going to want to do instead. Now, while you're going through, like, all the text mashing, you're going to want to look over to there, right? You're going to want to instantly run over, pull out, explode, right? Pretty easy. Now, you're going to want to pull out and explode. However, you do need to make sure you're standing here or back, or else you will get blown up. Now, since this is a file where I already have the bombs rune, this cycle is off. However, if you do all of that right and you jump up the ladder, you should be able to make it while it's coming back to you, like that. Now you'll just be able to blow it up from back here, and then run, and now we're done. If you still have skew, you should probably get rid of that, if you didn't get rid of it earlier, but, then we are good. Now, you split as soon as the glass around it breaks. So, bing! And you also wait to skip until after the text has faded away, because that way you're able to get a load that is a lot faster. Would you call me? Okay, but anyway, while mashing through this, you're going to want to do down. You're going to want to go through a few text boxes. Up. Right, just button mash, button mash. Now, mash A and B at the same time is usually better, but, like, specifically B. One, like, up, and then down. So, basically, it's down, up, down. And now you can just mash through all the rest of the text. Now, you're going to want to pre-position your camera so you're facing toward the wall. Specifically, this part. Now, that's the setup for this next VLSS. Now, you can just immediately start dashing there, jump, and climb. Oh no, I'm out of stamina. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now, basically doing this, you're going to want to use the circle bomb whenever you do BLSSs if you want to go faster. However, if you want to be safer, then you're going to want to use the square bomb. So I'm just going to use the square bomb here for demonstration purposes. Now, you're just going to jump L, right, to immediately drop it in front of you while you're holding ZL, right? And then you're going to want to just do the rest of the BLSS setup. However, if you are using the square bomb, you're going to want to move over to the circle bomb. You're going to want to move over to the side for a moment. Okay. You're going to want to aim in the center while doing it if you want to get that good old step up. And you're also, while you're BLSSing, you're going to want to make sure you aim for this lower part of the hill. Or else, yeah, this will happen. Now, it doesn't really matter which direction you go around the tower. I prefer to go this way around it, as it does line me up a little bit easier, but there's not too big a problem. And, hey, guess what? This time, you don't even need to do a fall damage cancel. You're fine. See, I landed on the shrine. You're fine. You can land all around here, and you won't take any damage. Okay, now, this is the part where it really becomes bias. It really becomes what you prefer to do. and I prefer to do this. So, as you can see, there's this spot right here. Now, you're going to want to jump, shield jump, and land on there. So, look at that. Now, you're going to want to aim, you're going to want to stand all the way over here. Like, look, I can't move anymore. And you're going to want to look at the symbols, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to want to throw aim at 4. And you're going to want to have 4 in the center. Then you're just going to regular shield jump. And if that doesn't work, then you aim more towards the 5th one. And if that doesn't work, then you aim then you aim more towards the 3rd one. And right, it's just a little bit of trial and error until you get this. Now, normally, this is when you would have clipped into the wall. But we're doing an ESC, meaning we have to do it twice. So, this is what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to hold ZL. You're going to want to hold forward. You're going to want to equip your shield. And then you're gonna want to hover over your shield. You're gonna want to let go. You're gonna want to click A, and then you're immediately gonna unequip. So like this. And I just buffer there, just to check if I've actually made it inside. You don't need to buffer, but you do need to buffer for the first part, or else you're not gonna be able to get the timing right. Okay, now magnesis is pretty simple, right? You're just going to want to run through it. You're going to want to grab that, move it out of the way, and run down, right? Try to take straight lines. Right here, you're going to want to dash, because you're immediately going to regain your stamina when you do this. Now, you're just going to want to run up to the wall, you're going to want to grab it, and you're going to go like this. And you're going to be able to move through. Now, normally, if you're doing it fast, what just happened here will not happen. This will not kill the guy. So, you're going to want to keep running straight, and right before he attacks, you're going to want to just, and you'll be fine. So, basically, if you hear the, just go like that, and you'll be fine. And then, this is just a simple shield jump, and you've made it, right? You're going to want to open the gate, and run it. Now, when you walk out, you can just instantly dash over. However, just make sure you have more than 2/4 stamina. And then you can just jump once, jump twice, up here. Now, you know how usually I say, oh, use the square bomb if you want to be safe? Use the circle bomb here. There's no problem with using the circle bomb, because this is hard on its own, okay? This is what I would like to call the second hardest part of the run. Now, you're just going to want to do your regular good old BLSS setup, right? And you're going to want to just step up right here, okay? Now, you're going to want to pre-position your camera angle, because that'll make it a lot easier. Now, you're just going to want to wiggle, right? Wiggle over. However, you're going to want to go right over the bogos. Just right over them. And you're going to run over here, and then you're just going to stop BLSSing. However, do not get rid of the bomb. Stay set up. You see this right here? You can actually step up off of that if you try hard enough. Now, make sure you pre-position your camera angle, and then just do a second BLSS with the same setup. Now, from here, it's all about just staying in control, making sure you don't hit trees. Right? Wall wiggling may give you speed, right? You also just want to make sure that you don't hit trees and stuff. Okay. You're gonna want to run over to this apple tree, okay? And then you're gonna want to go to the pine tree right next to it. Now, this is the part where I like to drop a hard save. It's just nice to have just in case, so you can reload. But this is how you do it, right? You go up. 1, 2, 3. Right? Now you use your scope, and you aim for a part in the rock that looks like this, okay? Now, compared to the rest of the rock, right? Can you even see it? Well, this is just one of those things where once you jump up, you can easily pull out your scope and find it a lot easier. Now, I'm going to place a pin on it just in case. It probably won't make a difference, but that's where it is. Oh, also, if you ever open your map for any reason whatsoever, make sure you jump or you're at a place like this, so that way you don't have to get that, like, opening the map, cutscene. Right? You're just gonna want to aim for about right there, right? Now, you're gonna want to look up. Not too far up, but you're gonna want to look up like this, so you can see Link through the pine leaves, but it's still, but you can still see him. It's like transparent. You're gonna want to make sure you have the circle bomb equipped. Now, you're going to want to, okay, this is the hard part. I might fail it because I'm explaining it, but you get the gist, okay? You're going to want to jump, immediately place the circle bomb. You're going to want to go over to here, and you're going to want to make sure that you wait until you have a quarter stamina depleted. You're going to want to place the bomb, immediately go over to the circle bomb and explode it, right? So, here's what that will look like in full speed. Dang, I took a quarter heart of damage. It's fine. But, hey, now we're up here, right? Now, if you still have skew, you're going to want to get rid of that, right? Just do the same old thing that I talked about with the unequip and re-equip, right? Now, you're going to want to aim for the top of the bean, right? This is almost the same as the bombs one. But you're going to want to aim for the top of a bean, check if you have skew, right? Didn't have skew, so let's do it again, you know? Okay. Now, this is my own personal setup that I found out. You're going to want to hold your shield, just your shield, okay? You're going to want to walk over to the center, and you're going to want to put your foot on this dot. Now, do you see the dot? Well, obviously not. So, that dot, right there. You're going to want to just shield, make sure you're looking straight, just shield, not having your weapon equipped, just shield, right? You're going to want to put your foot on it. You're going to want to make sure it's in between your feet. You're going to want to make sure it's in between, okay? Now, you're going to want to pull out your spear and aim ever so slightly to the left. Literally ever so slightly. And then just shield jump and let go. If you mess up, it's really easy to try again, and you simply just aim more or less left. Okay, sorry that took me a while, I don't know why. It's kind of hard to explain and do things at the same time. But now that you're in here, usually you would need, right, another clip. But you don't actually need to here. All you need to do is just crouch, uncrouch, run over, and click A. And if it doesn't appear, you can just jump up. Now, this is another shrine that we do normally, okay? But this one is a little bit harder to do, like, on a good cycle. And, okay, now that it's finished, you're gonna want to make sure you immediately run over, boom, right? Keep running, boom. You know, keep running, and then if you did it right, if you don't miss, like me, you should be able to get it while it's up here. And, yeah, it's pretty hard to do, okay? It is a little bit difficult. But if you're able to get that, then you're able to do it a lot faster because you don't have to wait at the bottom. Now, this is a harder trick, right? If you fail it once, just don't try again. Not really worth it. Just stasis the rock and hit it once. and you'll be fine. But, you're gonna wanna make sure that you're lined up straight with it, and you're gonna wanna run straight. You have to be good at just running straight, and not changing direction, right? So let's pretend I just finished. We're gonna run over. I'm gonna whistle sprint. We're gonna run over. Jump. Right? Shield jump. Hold forward. Now, of course I fail it while I'm trying to show you, but, you saw how I accidentally changed direction. I would have made it if I didn't accidentally change direction, right? So, jump, and then shield jump. There you go. Okay. Now, this is the hard part. This is where it gets hard. Now, unless you are really good at doing this, you should bring more than 3 spicy peppers, okay? This next split is the hardest split. This next split is the second hardest split overall, but it's definitely not the most challenging of them all. So, you're going to run over, you're going to want to stasis, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, jump. Arrow. And you're going to want to stand right here. And there you go. You're going to want to just run over and then jump right before hitting, jump and shield jump right before hitting the snow. And then you're going to want to just be a shredder, you know? Good old ski and snowboard and shenaniganery. Right? You're going to want to run over. Now, whenever you get to moments like these, you're going to want to run and jump just to clear the gap through the snow. Makes it a little bit better, right? Now, getting a good shield surf here is goated. So, if you can get a good shield surf there, then it'll be a lot easier, right? Make sure you jump up the hills. Now, I just lost, I am now at half a heart, so let's eat my spicy peppers, and let's shred down this downhill. Well, it's pretty easy to shred down the downhill. All you need to do is just avoid the trees and make sure you're over here on the right. You're gonna want to jump this right here, and in theory, if you did everything right, you should be here when you get down to 1 heart. Now, this might be a little bit hard for you to do, because this might be a little bit hard because of, the damage that you're taking. Now, you're gonna want to make sure you have the 3 peppers, right? Otherwise, if you hit half a heart, you're gonna want to hit a save, and then if you get up here, you're gonna want to hit a hard save, right? Now, this might be hard. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to show you, so I'm just gonna let myself die. Okay, now, basically, if you did everything right, you're on a time limit. So, you should be up here with half a heart, right? You're going to eat your other 3 spicy peppers, and, then you should be at 2 hearts. Now, this is a lot easier than the, magnesis one. So you're gonna want to go over to here to where there's snow. And you can just simply do it. You don't even need to do, like, the whole unequip and re-equip thing, because there's snow. Now, you're gonna want to just run straight at it, and look at that. If you just run basically straight at it, it's gonna be a lot easier to get it. And if you get it wrong, it's pretty easy to retry. And if for some reason running straight at it, or running at slightly an angle isn't working, then just get another skew. Now, right, once you're clipped in like this, same thing as before, you know? Okay, so right. However, sometimes, for some reason, depending on your skew, it might not let you clip first try. Now, I'm not sure exactly why that happens. If someone can let me know in the comments why that happens, then please tell me. Okay, now this is where I do a goofy little goober shenaniganery. So, remember Flosbury Flops? Yeah, we Flosbury Flop over the gate. But basically, if you don't know how to do a Flosbury Flop, it's been a pretty long time. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just do a shield hop. Hold on, I'm going to do the no damage thing. Right, you're gonna wanna do a shield hop, you're gonna wanna spin, and then you're gonna immediately wanna click X, right? So it's just spin and X really fast, but you're also gonna wanna be buffering it, because that way, once you're off of the ground, like this, now, if you did it right, it should look a lot like this. And this is when you wanna unequip your shield, and as you can see, I ragdolled. And I got the jump, and I got the ragdoll. And the only reason I failed that is because you can't be too close. You do have to be a kind of far away. Like that. Don't worry about this goofy little goober, he doesn't mean any harm. Well, new thing discovered. Be careful of jumping up too early. You'll end up hitting the ceiling really fast. Okay. Now, this next part, it's a lot less urgent than that ESC, but basically, we're gonna have to do another BLSS. And this one's gonna be all the way over to the tower. This is the, final fall damage cancel that you need to do. So, make sure you do it right. Just mash through the text, and you're gonna want to start your BLSS immediately. However, do make sure you back up just a little bit. Like, just a little bit. It's not, because otherwise your circle bomb will fall. Now, remember earlier how I said you can use the square bomb to be safer? Well, in most scenarios, you're just going to want to use the circle bomb. Now, you're going to want to aim towards here. Right here. And that's where you're going to want to go for it. Now, this is hard to line up, because you are hovering over multiple killable cliffs and, pools of icy water, while taking cold damage. So, yeah, you can see how this might be a little bit difficult. But, basically, just make sure you turn, focus on the turn, not the speed. And then, okay, once you've done the fall damage cancel, it's as easy as running up to the paraglider and going. Now this works whether or not you're doing Great Plateau any percent or regular any percent. So there you go. You're going to want to do your final split as soon as the arrow shows up. So now, and that's it. You're done. You've completed the Great Plateau. If you do it fast, you can get it in under 30 minutes. It's pretty nice. I am currently aiming for a Stay tuned, and thanks for listening. Bye-bye.